Special thanks to Patreon supporter BrickBros2016 for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Samoa S.35. The Samoa S.35 was a French cavalry tank of the Second World War, built from 1936 until 1940 to equip the armored divisions of the cavalry. It was for its time a relatively agile medium-weight tank, superior in armor and armament to its French and foreign competitors, such as the contemporary versions of the German Panzerkampfwagen III. It was constructed from well-sloped, mainly cast armor sections that, however, made it expensive to produce and time-consuming to maintain. During the German invasion of 1940, the Samoa S.35 proved itself to be a tactically effective type, but this was neglected by the French command's strategic mistakes in deploying the cavalry's armored divisions. After the defeat of Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and doing a redesign for the Samoa S.35. The Samoa S.35 was a French cavalry tank of the Second World War, built from 1936 until 1940 to equip the armored divisions of the cavalry. It was for its time a relatively agile medium-weight tank, superior in armor and armament to its French and foreign competitors, such as the contemporary versions of the German Panzerkampfwagen III. It was constructed from well-sloped, mainly cast, armored sections that however made it expensive to produce and time-consuming to maintain. During the German invasion of 1940, the Samoa S.35 proved itself to be a tactically effective type, but this was neglected by the French command's strategic mistakes in deploying the cavalry armored divisions. After the defeat of France in June 1940, limiting production to a number of about 440, captured Samoa S.35s were used by the Axis powers, some of them on the Eastern Front. A derivative type, the Samoa S.40, with an improved suspension, lowered hull cast, and welded turret armor, had planned to replace the original version of production lines in July 1940. Agreements to produce this improved type for the benefit of the Vichy France, German, and Japan ultimately did not lead to any manufacture. So yeah, really interesting tank here, the Samoa S.35, a nice medium tank, I guess you would consider it, or technical term being a cavalry tank, but I would say pretty much falls into a medium tank range. That was perfect for basically, you know, your early World War II type maps, and especially in some kind of fall France type scenarios. Pretty cool tank, and I think a pretty influential one for the war. It's got a very interesting color scheme here, and seeming like this was a few pictures at least of current museum models and stuff like that has this kind of three-tone type camouflage. Knowing the French and their kind of crazy camouflage they would like to do sometimes, I imagine this is probably pretty close to what they were actually fielding. But yeah, it looks really cool and will make an awesome addition to any of your early World War II type scenarios. Before we go and dive into taking a look at the build, I'm going to give special thanks to Patreon supporter BrickBros2016 for making this video possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel where you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the video description where you can pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so earn a vehicle request of your choosing per month, as long as you are a patron. Help support the work I do on my channel and continues to keep the videos coming, and obviously is much appreciated. So if you are interested, again, feel free to check that out. Link is always in my video descriptions. But anyways, let's go and kind of move into taking a look here at the Samoa S.35 and kind of go from there. So starting off with, we have obviously the front plate here of the tank. Nothing too fancy here, a little headlight, the viewports here for the driver and co-driver. We then have the turret here, which houses the main armament, which is a 47mm gun, and it also has a 7.5mm little coaxial machine gun somewhere in that turret. As we work away on the sides here, we have some extra spots here and there for cargo, vents on the back here, exhausts, cargo crates. It has kind of that early, I guess, interwar type design with the tracks mostly covered by armor panels and everything of that sort. And overall, pretty cool looking design. I think it came out really good, and it's going to make an awesome addition to your French World War II forces. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer, we're going to go ahead and start off with layer number 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a Nerbic slab like this, followed by a Nerbic top slab coming off that slab going forward. We then want to go ahead and go back from this slab with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 stripped spruce wood blocks going back. And on those 7 blocks, we're going to place down spruce wood trapdoor, or sorry, jungle wood trapdoors, and we're going to make sure that these are all closed, like so. We're also going to place down a jungle sign on the side of the slab, and on the back here, a nether brick slab, nether brick top slab, and a jungle sign on the side of this nether brick slab like that. After that's done, we want to then go from this nether brick slab over 1, 2, and 3 jungle plank top slabs, and we're going to go do the same thing up here in the front, going off this slab here, 3 across. We then want to go and fill in the space here between those 2 rows of 3 with jungle wood top slabs to create the nice base here for the tank. After that's done, for our other side, our tracks, we're going to place down a nether brick slab, followed by a nether brick top slab, and we're going to copy the same design we did over on the other side, just over to this side. So I'm going to go and do this a little bit faster, as I've already explained in detail how to do the other side, and it's the same exact thing. So just like that. And once we have that all done, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to be going ahead and go into the back here of the tank. We're going to place down a wither skeleton skull like this, coming off a block, and then we're going to delete that block and place down a wither skeleton skull coming off the back of that one. So you have 2 skulls there back to back on the rear there. After that's done, that's going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 1 for the tank. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2, we're going to start off by placing down a nether brick stair on top of this nether brick top slab, and going back from the stair, we're going to place down a stripped jungle wood block. We're going to place down a jungle wood button on the side here, an item frame, and then in that item frame we're going to place down a stripped jungle wood block, like that. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 jungle wood stairs back, a nether brick top slab, and come off the side of the nether brick top slab, we're going to place down a dark liquid sign, an item frame on the side of that slab, and then a jungle wood, stripped jungle wood block inside that item frame. If you're on console versions of Minecraft or just Bedrock in general, you're not able to place the button or the sign in the same block space as the item frame. If that's the case, just go ahead and disregard the signs and buttons and just place down the item frames instead. On these jungle wood stairs here, we're going to go ahead and also place down jungle wood signs. Going and continue back from the slab, we're going to place down 2 more jungle wood stairs, and jungle wood signs coming off the stairs, a nether brick top slab, dark oak wood sign, item frame, and then a stripped jungle wood block in the item frame. Continuing on, we're going to place down another jungle wood stair back, followed by another jungle wood sign coming off that stair, and then another stripped jungle wood block like this. We're going to place down a jungle wood button on the side here, an item frame, and then in that item frame, we're going to go and place down ourselves a cobweb. Then on the very back here, we're going to place down a nether brick stair as well. We're going to copy the same design that we did over there on that side, over here to this side for the tracks. Again, since I've already kind of covered in detail how to do it, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit in building this, and not dive into as much detail because it's the same exact thing on both sides. So just like this, going back. And then we'll grab our buttons here. 1, 2, our item frames. First one here, like that. Item frame. Item frame. And then our last one back here, an item frame and a cobweb. And once we have that done, we have basically both tracks that are done for both sides. Once we get to this point, we're going to go and grab ourselves a granite wall. We're going to place down a row of 3 granite walls between the stairs up here in the front. And we're going to go and place down a row of 3 of stripped spruce wood behind those blocks. We can go ahead and fill in the inside here for the tank with stripped spruce wood blocks. Going ahead and fill this all the way in till we get to in between these blocks here on the very back. Now once we get this point, we're going to place down a granite wall coming off the center block, followed by a skeleton skull coming off the granite block. And we just want to go and then grab ourselves chains. We're going to place down a chain on top of this wither skeleton skull here, and then a chain coming off this granite wall there to the side. And once we have that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 2 for the build. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to take our warped stairs, and we're going to place down a row of 3 across those 3 spruce wood, or stripped spruce wood blocks. We then want to place down a a warped slab over here to the right side, and over on the left side here, we're going to go ahead and place down a prismarine wall like this on the side. We're going to go ahead and place down a warp sign on the side of the prismarine wall, and then coming off of it, we want to go and very simply grab ourselves a skeleton skull, and we're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off that prismarine wall like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down an item frame, come off this wooden slab on the opposite side, an item frame, and then in that snowball, we're going to place down, in that item frame, we're going to place down a snowball. We're going to then place down a warp fence gate, coming off of that slab for the front, and then open it up toward the slab itself, and then on both sides of the fence gate here, we're just going to place down a warped sign like that. And just so we don't have to worry about it later, we're just going to place down a cyan carpet on top of this fence gate, and we're also going to place down one on top of this prismarine wall over here on the left side. And that's going to kind of do it there for the front. We then want to go ahead and take our cyan concrete. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks along the right side. We're going to then follow this up by placing down 1, 2, and 3 stripped spruce wood blocks. A spruce wood trapdoor on the center one, and then to both sides of it, we're going to place down tripwire hooks. Over here to the other side, we're going to go ahead and place down a cyan concrete block, 1, 2 spruce wood blocks, a tripwire hook, and we want to go ahead and place down a spruce wood trapdoor. We're going to place down their cyan concrete block, again 3 spruce wood stripped blocks, a tripwire hook on both sides of that row 3, and then a trapdoor there coming off the center, so it's like we've done the opposite side there. The rest of this, we can go ahead and fill the inside space in with some cyan concrete. It doesn't really matter too much, but we're just going to go and fill that space in. After we get that done, we're going to then place down a row 3 across the back here. We're going to then place down a prismarine wall here in the corners. We're going to place down an item frame coming off this prismarine, or this cyan concrete block over here to the left side. In that, we're going to place down a red stained glass block. And if we're able to, we're going to go ahead and also grab a warp sign and place a warp sign here on the side of that block as well. We then want to go ahead and place down a warped fence gate on top of this granite wall and open up toward the blue, or the cyan concrete. We're going to then grab ourselves cyan shulker boxes. We're going to place down 2 shulker boxes on its sides, or on their sides like that, back to back. And then come off those shulker boxes toward the rear, we're going to place down tripwire hooks like so. Last thing we need to do here is to grab ourselves a warped trapdoor and place it down on top of the stair. You can also use a cyan carpet, whichever you prefer. And that right there is going to wrap up what we have there for this layer, layer number 3. Here's what it looks like from up above here. And with that, we'll go and move into our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down a spruce wood, or a stripped spruce wood block on top of this cyan concrete block. So over here to the left side, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone stair coming off the side of it, and also one over here to this side as well. Coming off the full block, we're going to place down an item frame, a black bed rotated on its side like so, and a spruce wood sign over the item frame just like that. Once we have that done, we want to go ahead and place down a spruce stair to the side of that sandstone stair, and then a smooth sandstone corner stair there to the side. We're going to go ahead and take our sandstone walls. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the side here, and same thing over here, a row of 4. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some smooth sandstone blocks. We're just going to fill in the space in the center here between the sandstone walls like that going back. Now once we get to this back section here, we're going to place down a sandstone wall here in the center, followed by a polished black stone full block to both sides, followed by a polished black stone slab. We're going to then also go back from the sides here, these polished black stone blocks back like this, and then in the corners here, a daily detector, which we're going to turn to the night mode. After we have that done, we're going to grab ourselves acacia wood. We're going to place down an acacia wood plank there in the center, and then an acacia wood slab that goes back. And then to both sides here, we're going to place down a birchwood trapdoor, just like that. And then we want to go and place down a wither skeleton skull, coming off this acacia wood slab. And the last thing to do here is to go and take some stone pressure plates, and place down 2 stone pressure plates on top of those 2 blue shulker boxes. And with that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 4 for the build. And with that, we're going to move into our last final layers. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our final layers. We have layers 5 through 8. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a stripped jungle wood block on top of this spruce wood stair. Coming off of it going forward, we're going to place down 2 end rods. We then want to go ahead and go off this stripped spruce wood block. We're going to place down a upside down jungle wood stair with a jungle wood sign on the front of the stair like so. Going to the side of the stair, we're going to place down a granite wall, followed by a second granite wall back like so. We're going to then place down a row of 1 and 2 jungle wood, or stripped jungle wood blocks to the side here. And we're going to then place down a row of 3 with stripped jungle wood blocks across, and then 1 block coming off the center. In the corners here, we're going to place down granite walls to both sides. On the sides here of this row 3 of stripped jungle wood blocks, we're going to place down a jungle wood trapdoor to both sides, and then we're going to follow this up by placing down a jungle wood sign that's on the side of the granite wall on the left side, and then on the side of this block over here on the right side. Once we get to this point here, we're going to also grab ourselves a redstone repeater. We're going to place down our redstone repeater on top of this smooth sandstone block, and we're going to go ahead and rotate, or not rotate it, but spread the notches apart like so on the rear. We're going to then place down a nether brick fence post, which you can go ahead and go on top of this. Or actually, one quick change we're going to make here is this is actually going to be the sandstone wall is actually going to be an upside down stair. And then come off the side of that, we want to go ahead and place down a birchwood sign. So we're going to make that small adjustment there over here to the right side and the right side only. Going up from the stair, we're going to place down a nether brick fence post, and then we're going to go up 3 more iron bars like that to go and make our radio antenna for the vehicle. On the very top here, we're going to place down a stripped birchwood log on top of this block right here. And on the very top here, we're going to place down a birchwood button. So just like that. Once we have that all done there, we're going to go ahead and then continue on with our top of our turret. We're going to start by placing down a birchwood pressure plate on top of this stair here. And then we're going to place down a trapdoor over here to the right side. We then want to place down a row of 2 smooth sandstone slabs, block here in the center, and then we're going to place down a skeleton skull here in the corner, just like that. After that's all done, that's going to pretty much do it for the tutorial here for the Soma S.35 Cavalry tank. Hope you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be anything from a solid build to my channel or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. Again, a big thanks to Patreon supporter BrickBros2016 for making this tutorial possible, and feel free to check my Patreon page. Again, link is always in my video descriptions. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary2 before, and I'll see you guys next time.